Baja California. From the rugged peaks of the Sierra de San Pedro Martir to the sun-drenched shores of the Sea of Cortez, this is a land that defies expectations at every turn. After nearly a year of planning, in March of 2023, Express Rally set out to explore this vast landscape on what promised to be the most remote and ambitious event to date. The plan was 11 consecutive days of both on and off-grid exploration, bouncing back and forth from coast to coast, up and down the entirety of the state of Baja California. This was clearly no small undertaking, especially abroad, but we had a great group that was hungry for any adventure.
Y'all ready for an epic time down in Baja?
The border crossing went as smoothly as we could have hoped. With the leadership of Dion, who's been doing this trip since he was a kid, we cruised right on through into Mexicali.
Just don't want those folks to be distracted. We'll turn them back on and comms check before we leave after we get our FMMs.
Green Taco is at the red light.
No worries, you know where to go.
So now we are on road number 5 and we are headed south, where we will be making our way down to San Felipe for some lunch. Good times ahead. Looking forward to being out of the city and just seeing the epic views that are Baja. It's gonna be really, really cool. Looking back, really cool was an understatement. Being able to help lead a group of people through a place like this was an honor. One highlight was the iconic way station, Coco's Corner. To honor Coco's passing in 2022, we signed the guest book, we enjoyed a beer, and took in the Baja racing photos in women's underwear adorning every inch of the interior. Another treat was Mission San Francisco de Borja. Founded in 1762, it was once home to over 3,000 people. Jose Gerardo, the current caretaker, is a real character and truly loves to tell stories about the rich history of this place. The first 3 days of this trip were a blur of excitement. Though most of us have never been to Baja, it didn't take long for it to start feeling like a sort of home. It also didn't hurt that we had Robin and Jesse, the Overland chef, preparing amazing dinners at camp every night.
We're gonna have assorted pizzas. You know, in Mexico, in Spanish, they call it pizza.
Towards the end of day 3, we approached our campsite, Laguna Ojo de Liebre near Cuero Negro.
Got this set up because this is the furthest you can get into the lagoon. This is actually where all the people have been seeing whale spouts just off the camp here.
There was a tangible excitement in the air that night. Spirits were high, and after some well-deserved relaxation around the campfire, we retired to our quarters, knowing full well that the morning would bring something truly special.
You know, like the whole time coming out here, I've been like, I don't care about anything. I just want to see
Whales!
Being this close to these creatures was nothing short of awe-inspiring. There's this unparalleled connection with nature when looking a 40-foot gray whale dead in the eye as they bring their calf to meet you for the first time. Their curiosity towards us was truly striking, and I think it sowed this welcome seed of humility amongst all of us. Absolutely unforgettable.
Probably one of the best highlights of my life. Touched some whales. They touched my heart.
And just like that, we were off. After a quick stop to hang out with some stray dogs and fill up on more fish tacos, it was time to take things back off-road. We're coming up to a trailhead here shortly. We just filled up. We'll be off-road for several hours tonight as we get to camp. This is going to be like our longest stretch in between fuel stops, so we'll definitely be pushing into people's reserves. Beautiful trail that we've been on in Baja. It's absolutely gorgeous. The vegetation is insane. Some of these cacti were the size of 2-story buildings and must have been over 150 years old. The beauty was not to be understated, but the trail also had its fair share of challenges.
Rear diff on a rock. Yeah. Hold on. What's a trail session without a little rear diff on a rock, you know?
We started to lose light as hours unfolded into each other. With over 30 miles of trail to go at sundown, it was a long night of driving, but the destination was well worth the wait.
There's an ocean between us.
Yesterday was a very long day. We got in really late last night, but today we're gonna be making our way to Catavina. We're gonna be running the beach for about like 25, 30 miles. It's gonna be super cool. And then we're gonna be heading into the desert for camp tonight. We have made our way to what I've affectionately called the Alabama Hills of Baja. We've already taken some mezcal. Probably got tequila floating around here in a little bit. It's gonna be great, good times. And we're also doing some trail repairs because ship breaks sometimes. All right, good morning. It is day 6.
After letting a little too loose in the desert, we packed up first thing in the morning. After making a quick stop to hike to see some beautiful petroglyphs, we set our sights on what we all knew we needed: showers. Our destination, the historic Old Mill Hotel.
Why stay at a hotel on day 6?
Just to get everybody a break halfway through. A little bit of hot shower action. We're gonna have dinner and breakfast at Eucalypto. It's a really killer restaurant. It's kind of a weird thing to have right here in the middle of nowhere. It's just a cool little secret spot.
Once a bustling 19th century flour mill, the Old Mill Hotel has since become a beloved haven, specifically for Baja drivers over the years. It's amazing how well they were able to blend this industrial heritage with modern comforts.
One medium rare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Medium rare.
Our group quickly learned why it's such a cherished destination. After dinner, Jesse even got a chance to snag some fresh red snapper from some local fishermen down at the dock as they came in.
I've heard.
What do you have for dessert when you're having sushi?
Yeah, but
More sushi?
All right, good morning. It is Sunday morning. We are leaving the Old Mill Hotel. We are headed to camp out on the beach where the volcanoes are. It's just a short 25 miles off-road, but we're gonna be hitting some sand dunes. Karis, are you stoked?
Yes.
That's all you get, folks. Yo, we just hit an oyster farm, and we just pulled up and literally just unloaded 20 dozen oysters into a cooler.
You want the chop?
No, not really.
Perfecto.
To go along with the fresh redfish that we got last night off the boat, so super red.
Next up on our way to camp was the ranger station, where the staff from Terra Peninsula had set up a presentation for us on the awesome conservation work that they do. Terra Peninsula is a Mexican nonprofit organization committed to protecting Baja California's wildlife and natural ecosystems. Go to terrapeninsular.org to find out how you can support their work.
Yes.
I'm glad we finally got to meet.
I know, me too.
Thank you very much.
So much.
After that, Dion led us to one of his favorite campsites in all of Baja.
Keep going, just keep that momentum.
Yeah. It won't slow crawl.
We're digging.
After some technical difficulties and a brief detour, we finally settled into camp once again.
is this the life?
It is. Well, you know, got a broken truck.
Oh yeah, and a couple more technical difficulties.
Something got sucked into the fan itself, ripped up that fan shroud, bent one of the blades into the radiator, so there's a nice 6-inch gash in the radiator.
Well, there's the problem right there.
Thank you, Daniel.
I guess you could say we all had our fair share of problems to overcome on arrival. But I think that made dinner that much sweeter.
My man.
So we've got red snapper that we picked up last night. Put a little chorizo butter on them, and we've wrapped them in banana leaves, and we got them roasting over the embers. And we're serving that up with some mango slaw, some white rice.
This is the best food I think I've ever had, actually.
The next morning, we decided to take an alternate route out of the area, the dunes. Now this was meant to be a quick and fun challenge until it was the media guy's turn.
Easy. Hey, we're free.
Get it.
Hey, we're stuck again.
And after that little hang up, we sent the media van and trailers on an alternate route to our day's destination. For the rest of the group, it was time to hit the most technical trails of the trip so far.
Driver, fun trail though, yeah? It's just it's awesome landscape, the wheeling's fun. Just hard enough to be fun without, you know, being real gnarly since we're so remote.
So we got to this gate, and apparently it's just closed. So we talked to a rancher and he said you can't go that way. So we're gonna turn on around and head back down.
We didn't mind the detours though at this point. With this picturesque countryside, we enjoyed every minute of the drive. And as it came to an end, a true paradise awaited us. Rancho Melling, a working 10,000-acre cattle ranch and guest house that kindly let us camp on its grounds for the night. The history of this place reads like an old Western novel. It only makes sense that there was a book written about the ranch called Where the Old West Never Died. Dion's actually been coming here since his early childhood and hasn't changed much in the last 35 years. After rounding up the troops, we were treated to a steak dinner from cattle raised right there on the ranch.
So I want to take a moment with the help of Robin and Jesse and Dion and his family to say congratulations, happy early anniversary. I want to get you a special bottle of champagne to celebrate the trip and just say we love you guys. We thank you so much for your support and coming on these events and sharing part of your life with us. Thank you. Happy anniversary.
This feels like home again.
Yeah, everybody's super cool, and that's one of the best things about overlanding and doing these types of trips is everybody's just amazing, and all the people on this trip have been amazing as well. It's been one of the best parts, for sure.
The last 2 days were packed with rainstorms, beach camping, incredible food, some hot springs, and plenty more trails. Baja was one of the most magical places Express Rally's ever seen, but like always, what really made this trip special were the people.
Do you feel like you accomplished what we came out here to accomplish?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, when you hear people saying, like, this is the best vacation I've ever been on.
Yeah.
That's what I set out to do, is share that magic of Baja with the whole crew, because we had an incredible group of people with us. That makes all the difference in the world when you're on a trip this long.